She's going. Oh my god! Oh my gosh, Margaret!
Good job, Margaret.
So this is why Margaret don't need to pay no rent. Welcome back, people. Let's just get straight back into it.
No. All jokes aside, who is this guy right here? Who is this? Because ain't no way you go from this to this. Who is this, man? Who is this? Because just a few days ago, like 2 days ago, on the gram, this is the picture that The Rock posted. Yeah. So how do you go from this to this? How did he do that? Why I'm asking, because I want to do that. We've seen so many versions of The Rock through the years. From this to this. I mean, he doesn't even do the people's eyebrow anymore. He doesn't do that anymore. Who is this, Toks? Who is this guy right here? Who is this? Because that's not him. This is The Rock that I know. I know him personally. Who's this? Remember him? Because I remember him like it was yesterday. This is The Rock that I know. This is The Rock that I was watching during wrestling growing up. I know this Rock. What the? Shut up! Who is this guy right here, though? Who is this? Notice how his nose is wider than the other ones. You want to see? Look. What's going on here, guys? Come on, ain't nothing going on. These guys are actors. They play different roles. They have to fit the script. You know what I mean? So they got to get in shape and do things like that before they could play the new role that they playing. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just wondering, how does he change so many times? But I understand he's an actor. This is what they do. Nothing to see here. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. I'm out.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson lost more weight than the cartels at the border. He lost more weight than a woman that just got asked to get married. Yo, the weight that my man lost is disgusting, but it's not uncommon. We see Captain America, whatever his name was, that super soldier, he done the same thing. 50 Cent, he was in a movie before, he was playing the part of a cancer patient, and he lost mad weight. The way it's done, I'm not too sure, but there is dietitians, like specific people out there in Hollywood that work specifically with actors for this type of procedure, because it is a procedure. Losing that much weight drastically is a great impact on your health. So, you know, hopefully his health isn't affected in the long term, but, you know, it's not really a good look. You know what I mean?
Something has got to be round or flat.
No, I don't got to be round or flat.
Then what is it? If it's not round or flat, what is it?
Listen, it's a simulation, it's a projection, right? So a projection.
A projection of round or flat.
Yeah, but we can argue all day long that it's round or flat. The only reason why they say it's round is they're looking at the sun and it's round. They're looking at the moon and it's round. So they think, okay, if that's round and this round, we gotta be round. But nobody have went outside the earth to see if we was round. Nobody have went outside the earth to tell us what we at. What's my exact coordinates right now? What's my coordinates?
They sent satellites into space and got pictures of
No,
Earth.
we live in a firmament. They never sent satellites to space because they can't get outside the firmament, gang. That shit is all lies, all cap. No one has seen outside of this place, and no one ever will. But Elon Musk trying to get out of this mother. He ain't trying to go up, right? It's only one way out, across or down, through the river, through the lake. There's a lake under the lake. But other than that, it ain't no other way out of here, gang. It ain't no space.
I'm going to start something here, yeah, and say, if you've ever heard of this phrase called workers of iniquity, it falls into the Hegelian dialectic, which is basically to say that there's one corporation, and it doesn't matter who's arguing underneath in that corporation, they're still part of that corporation. And I feel like he came out of nowhere. Fair enough, we're in a world of a lot more cameras and everything's more accessible these days, so it's more likely that things are going to be pushed to the forefront, but he popped up out of nowhere. He knows certain men from the battle rap scene like A-Verb and things like that. Don't know if you've seen the video with the cop. Maybe I'll pull it out sometime, but the way he popped up and just talking all of this, to me, I think that's a bit reminiscent of trying to control, trying to persuade or sway the narrative, you know what I mean? So I'm a bit suspect of him, I'm not gonna lie.
All right, let's collectively use our critical thinking for a minute here. Now, the government and their scientists tell us that all of these massive holes are from meteors. Now, this is my question, guys. How do all these meteor holes form perfect circles, like it was coming straight down 90 degrees? That's it. Don't they come on an angle, hit the ground, and it should leave like a mark behind these holes as well? Do you know what I mean? But when we analyze these meteor craters across the world that are apparently from these massive meteors, they look like this. Now, how does that make any sense to you? Do you honestly believe the mainstream narrative, or is there something else that is possibly going on here? Because I, like many other people, are well aware that meteors aren't real. They wouldn't be able to get past the firmament if there was space above us, but there's not. The space is outwards, and the firmament is real. And meteors are a lie, and that's just pure example of it. Peace and love.
What do you think? Is it flat? Or is it spherical? Or is it an oblong pear shape? Is there a drop? I mean, all I know, right, is that humans and books told us one thing. But if I can stand here and build a house of cards or thread a needle with a tiny little piece of string, right? I think it would be pretty hard to do if we was moving at a crazy amount of speed, right? Or wrong. You decide and let me know. I'll reply back. Let me know.
People got possessed in the middle of a concert and they didn't even know it. Nobody understood why there was an upside-down cross placed in the center of the stage. The rapper was even using voices that sounded strangely demonic. That day, several women actually left the concert because they felt like something wasn't right.
I don't know if y'all hear that. That mess behind me that I'm leaving. Something is not right with that. Jesus, in Jesus' name. I'm walking up and down through this Rolling Loud concert, praying, clutching my pearls because that sounds like some mess.
Something is clearly off in America right now. Has the music industry in the US gone completely insane, or worse, gone dark? At the Weeknd concert, the forbidden word even appeared quietly on a giant screen. According to some videos, fans...
Yo, it's getting crazy, you know. Not like getting like it wasn't crazy already, but the fact that this is just so blatant and there's still thousands of people flocking to these concerts just to get thrown with all these red satanic words, like lots of words just flying across the screen, rituals, the tongue flashing, horns, pyramids. Oh, come on, what are they doing? What are they doing? Come on.
looked like they were possessed afterward. During another show by one of today's newer artists, there was clear evidence that fans were no longer acting normally, but were they really possessed by the music, or was something else behind it? Several people claimed that frightening, unfamiliar voices were coming out of the artist's mouth. That's not normal to do in the middle of a live show. This kind of thing has been happening more and more in recent years, and it's getting serious. Be careful if you're planning to go to one of these concerts anytime soon.
There is
music can make you do weird things, man. Weird things. Those frequencies ain't a joke to be messing with. Look up the devil's interval.
no hell. There isn't. I've done thousands and thousands of cases. There is no hell. Hell is an invention of the church, and you can see why. It was never in the Bible. It's something has been invented. There is no hell. A loving God would not do that to people. You are allowed to make all the mistakes you want. You're allowed to come back and do it again and again till you get it right. They don't punish you just because you make a mistake and throw you into an oven. It doesn't work that way. You have to realize you have made mistakes. Earth is a school. But it's a school, you've come here to learn lessons. But it's a school where you can't skip a grade, but you can have to repeat a grade. You don't get it right. You have to come back and do it again until you get it right. You can't go from kindergarten to college. It's impossible. You have to learn the lessons, and the lessons are not easy. Earth is a school where you learn emotions and limitations. Those are the two main things, emotions and limitations. Those are not taught on other planets. This is a very challenging planet.
Just a disclaimer to everyone, just remember that all these videos will hit dopamine, and yeah, just take everything with a grain of salt. Do your own independent research.
An encounter with the devil?
Yeah, I got booked for a photo shoot. They took me all the way up this mountain. I was on top of the mountain. We finished the photo shoot. They have OD cars. They got a 3-seater McLaren. They got a Ferrari. And I'm asking them, like, how y'all get all this money? They like, we do demonic rituals. I'm laughing. No, you don't, bro. I'm like, how you get this money? Don't put me on. I'm trying to get like y'all. Like, nah, we do demonic rituals. I say, so what type of demonic ritual? He say, the Illuminati never talked to you. I'm laughing. I'm still laughing at him like, bro, you playing a game. Like, he like, bro, no, for real. Leonardo DiCaprio do all the initiation. I'm like, what? I'm like, who is that? What is you talking about, gang? Keep it PG-13. He was basically saying, either you let him peg you or you do oral and you'll get whatever you want. If you want to be the next big actress, next big whoever, I can take you to somebody. And all you gotta let them do is just do what they want to do to you. Just for a night. Do some gay, basically do some gay. They doing all this, I'm trying to call my Uber. We on top of the mountain though. So I don't got no service. The people who booked me left. After they leave, I'm in the car with the other dude that they called up to have a photo shoot with me. I get in the car with him in a 3-seater McLaren. On the way up, we go all the way up, like in the swivel, like all the way around the mountain.
Yeah.
On the way down, we take a right. So he not going the same way that we came up. So then that's what I try. I'm like, take me to go get some McDonald's, gang. He said, we're not gonna take you to get no McDonald's. We spent all this money to get you up here. This face change, gang. In front of me, you see Venom? Like,
Yeah, like
Spider-Man?
Yeah, from Spider-Man.
Kind of like that. Probably about this wide. Face change. I'm like, what the? Like, it's probably about like right here. Like, see somebody morph into something?
Yeah.
It's like that. It threw me all the way off. We in the 3-seater McLaren, so it's like a button you gotta push to get up out of there.
Gotcha.
He smack our mailbox. So now he hit the button and he get up out of there. He hit the button and get up out of there. I see the button, I'm getting up out of there too. I hit the button. Guess what? It's a mailman come out of nowhere. I run up to him like, hey bro, let me get in the back of your truck. He looking at me like, what the hell? No. I look at him, I'm like, bro, just let me get in the back of your truck, bro. Like, please, just take me down. Take me down to the bottom. Please, just take me down to the bottom. It was God, he took me down to the bottom. Like, people on camera, you ain't gotta believe me, I don't care. I really saw this.
I believe it.
And it made me, that's what made me know that the devil and God was real.
Psychopaths are
being put in a situation that your brain can't understand will lead you to believe a lot of things that may not be what you think they are. But that's not to say that I don't believe what he says. I believe there was probably some truth in that. But at the same time, there's only certain details to me that kind of missing. For example, when people say stuff like they went and found help. Okay, so what were they doing in that time when you was just going up to find help? Was it a threatening thing? Like they got you up there, they acted like they didn't want you to leave, but they just watched you walk away? Yeah, it just leaves questions like his face changed and then what? He crashed into a mailbox and opened the door and then you ran off. I don't know. It just leaves questions. I'm not saying I don't believe it. I'm not saying there ain't no truth in it. I'm just saying that there's little pieces of the story that would make the story more believable if there was mentioned. That's all I'll say.
Psychopaths are born and sociopaths are made. And by that I mean the research on psychopaths and psychopathy in general suggests that they may be wired differently. That the part of them called...
Sorry, her eyes and the conversation that she's speaking. Oh God, I'm sorry. I don't mean no offense, but the way she's speaking about psychopaths with those psychopath eyes, that's insane.
Their autonomic nervous system is not as reactive. So whereas a normal person might get anxious, for example, if they heard footsteps coming behind them on a darkened street, or even, or they were about to do something wrong, like transfer money, embezzle money, normal people, their heart would be racing, they'd be sweating, their pupils would be large. I shouldn't be doing this. A psychopath would be click, click, done, and they'd still go out and like play with their puppy kind of thing. Like they just don't care. That is because they're wired like that, nothing gets them anxious, and they're willing and able to do really bad things without feeling uncomfortable. A sociopath is made, and that could be through a variety of things. They could be made through their environments. They may have grown up in dangerous and violent environments. They may have had to learn to survive that way. They may have been raised by parents who were like basically gave them like break the rules all you want if it helps you get ahead.
To be honest though, in all seriousness, she's not lying. So whenever something happens and you wonder why someone could be so evil, that may be your answer.
What's dangerous is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things that they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. You can never force nobody else to wear them.
Do you hear about that fucking object that's hurtling towards Earth at like 130,000 miles an hour?
No, that might solve all our problems.
There's this guy, Avi Loeb. He's a professor at Harvard that believes it might be an alien probe and that this object is in a direct line to come to Earth in 2027. I think they're trying to calculate whether or not it's actually going to hit Earth or pass by Earth. Scientists give chilling update on mysterious interstellar object race.
You gotta understand.
Allegedly, this is flying towards the Earth, but then it's going to fly past the Earth. There was a time where it had a choice. It was either going to fly towards Mars or fly towards us, and allegedly it's still flying towards us. I can't remember what this thing called, the I-31 or the A-31 or something. I don't know. But what I find interesting and why I put this in there was because that new Alien film called Alien Earth, well, it's not a film, it's a series, but basically it's called Alien Earth. Now, what are most people going to be typing into Google after hearing this situation with the spaceship? Alien Earth. Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Pusha T and Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole are all blue pill. Ye and Drake are red pill. What side y'all on? What side y'all want to be on at that point?
Women across America are furious right now because somebody has just hacked this female-only app, publicly leaking thousands of users' images, IDs, and posts. If you hadn't heard, there's a super popular app called T, so much so that it's actually the #1 free app on the Apple Store, and is designed to promote safely dating and to help women do background checks on men. And there's a lot of useful features like being able to reverse image search in the cases of catfish, the ability to check if someone's married or a sex offender, but one of its features has proved very controversial. It's the ability to anonymously share red flags of a man with other women. Kind of like how you rate an Uber after a ride. And as you'd imagine, the backlash because of this has been intense. Some people online labeled it anti-male, a feminist doxing app, and even as far as calling it evil and meant to destroy men's lives. And that's why some people are even celebrating this hack. But the amount of people actually exposed in this leak is pretty insane. You see, T currently has millions of users, and hackers were able to get unauthorized access to 72,000 images, 13,000 of which were selfies, and even images of identification documents. This even included thousands of driver's license, which is what they used for verification when signing up for the app. But some men have gone even further in all of this, and to get back at women, they have gone as far as creating a leaderboard from the leaked selfies, where people can then go and rank these images, and they have a top 50 and a bottom 50. Point is, you could probably add this to the active conflicts in the world. It's getting so heated right now. But of course, as always, what do you guys think?
It's just getting a bit ridiculous now, isn't it? And at the end of the day, all that's happening is that all your data is getting released and sold. So
let's talk about Rihanna. For many years, people have speculated about her involvement with the occult because of pictures like this. One eye symbolism like this, and here. Don't you know it, more and more. Quite literally, if you look up Rihanna on Google and that phrase, you will find a lot of pictures of this. Here in this photo, we literally see her wearing an upside down cross logo that eerily states "Control Minds." Rihanna's promotion for her album Anti, though, is some of the most out in the open stuff you'll ever see. First and foremost throughout the video, we see this, which again is the one eye symbolism and the eye of the pyramid. Throughout the diary, as she calls it, we also see her in a bathtub, which we know is extremely occult in nature. Here's a picture of a party she threw promoting the album Anti. You see the checkerboard floors and all the red. It's very ominous, you know. In the beginning of the so-called Anti-diaries, we see Rihanna as a child and what I believe to be her being baptized into the occult. Roll the clip. In that last clip, we literally see her go from light to dark. She starts in a white dress and then she's led over to the dark side, which coincides with the entire outfit change and everything's dark. We also see these gentlemen pop up behind her, which is extremely ominous. Later on, we would see her don the crown, aka fully embracing the dark side. Here we see her walking into an office and we see horns in the background as well as some Egyptian stuff over here. Then we see this lady smiling, pointing her to the left, which is generally referred to the wrong way to go. She also has some Baphomet symbols right here on her desk. We also would see the child version of Rihanna going like this, which is a vow of silence. At some point in the video, we also see this pop up, which talks about a beautiful young girl who ends up entering the void. By far, the most eerie thing about it all is this last scene where we see Rihanna walk back into the bedroom where the scene started, and now there are 2 innocent children lying in that bed. This stuff isn't all just random, it's all extremely symbolic, and they're putting it right in front of our face. Wake up.
Why? Why? I personally believe that these people are proving the existence of God because they're fighting so much against it. They are the proof, you know? So even though we look at them as in, what are these people doing? They are the proof that something else exists, you know? But they're all doing it. The same thing happened with the Beyonce Crazy in Love video. She went into the car and then the car blew up and then Sasha Fierce appeared. What they'll tell you is that it's just a rebirth and they're coming out of their shell, becoming a new person. But really and truly, we all know what's behind the scenes. We all know what they're really doing. We all know.
Scientists just discovered something that will blow your mind. 4 specific breaths can create new neural pathways faster than 10 years of traditional meditation. I'm talking about physically rewiring your brain in minutes, not months. And I'm about to show you exactly how to do it right now. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll literally feel your brain changing. Section 1. The neuroplasticity revolution. Your brain is like a master architect, constantly building new highways of thought. This process is called neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to form new neural connections throughout your entire life. Here's what most people don't know. Every time you breathe consciously, you're triggering the release of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of BDNF as miracle fertilizer for your neurons. A groundbreaking 2023 study from Stanford's Neuroscience Institute revealed that specific breathing patterns can increase BDNF production by up to 200% in just 4 minutes. But here's the kicker. Most meditation practitioners take years to achieve what you can accomplish with 4 strategic breaths. The secret lies in understanding how your respiratory system communicates directly with your brain's manifestation centers. When you breathe with intention, you're literally sculpting new neural pathways that support your desired reality. Section 2. The manifestation blockade. Now, here's why your manifestations aren't working. Your brain is currently running on autopilot, using the same neural superhighways it built years ago. These old pathways are like ancient roads leading to your past. They're deeply grooved, well-traveled, and they keep taking you to the same destinations you've always known.
Just for context, what he's saying is from when you was born, you've breathed a certain way. And because your brain is in tune to that, it's harder to make a change or a difference. It will take a lot longer.
Every limiting belief, every doubt, every "I can't have that" thought is literally a physical pathway in your brain. Traditional manifestation techniques fail because they're trying to plant new seeds in old soil. You're attempting to manifest abundance while your neural networks are still wired for scarcity. It's like trying to drive to a new city while your GPS keeps routing you back to your hometown. Think of it this way. Imagine your brain as a vast jungle. Your old thoughts and patterns have created well-worn trails through this jungle, paths you've walked thousands of times. These neural trails are so deep and established that even when you consciously try to think new thoughts, your brain automatically defaults back to these familiar routes. It's not your fault, it's pure neuroscience. The neuroscience is clear. Without neuroplasticity activation, your subconscious mind will always default to familiar patterns. Your brain consumes 20% of your body's energy, so it's evolutionarily programmed to take the path of least resistance, those well-worn neural highways. This is why people can visualize, affirm, and meditate for years without seeing real change. They're using surface-level techniques on a brain that's fundamentally wired for their old reality. But here's what changes everything: conscious breathing. Section 3. The 4-breath neuroplasticity hack. Here's the science-proven neuroplasticity hack that's about to change everything. I call it the neural rewiring protocol, and it consists of 4 specific breaths that systematically reprogram your brain for manifestation. Get comfortable, and let's literally rewire your neural architecture together. Breath 1, the activation breath. Place one hand on your chest, one on your belly. We're going to breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 7, and exhale for 8. This 4-7-8 pattern activates your parasympathetic nervous system and floods your brain with neuroplasticity chemicals. Ready? Count in your mind, need not be accurate. Inhale through your nose for 4 counts. Hold for 7 counts. Now exhale completely through your mouth for 8 counts. Feel that? You've just activated your vagus nerve and begun the neuroplasticity cascade. BDNF is already starting to flow. Breath 2, the pathway creation breath. Now we're going to create new neural pathways while your brain is in this heightened state. Think of your desired reality, see it, feel it, embody it completely. We're breathing in your new reality for 6 counts, holding it in your neural network for 2, then integrating it for 4. Count in your mind. Breathe in your manifestation for 6 counts. Hold this reality in your brain for 2 counts. Exhale integration for 4 counts. Can you feel new pathways forming? That tingling sensation is actual neurogenesis happening in real time. Breath 3, the integration breath. This breath solidifies the new pathways. We're going to use what neuroscientists call theta breathing, long, deep breaths that put your brain in the same state as deep meditation. Inhale for 8 counts while visualizing these new neural pathways becoming permanent highways in your mind. Count in your mind. Breathe in permanence for 8 counts. Hold the integration for 4 counts. Exhale old patterns for 8 counts. Your brain is literally rewiring itself right now. Those new pathways are strengthening with every breath. Breath 4, the manifestation lock-in breath. This final breath locks in your new neural architecture. Take the deepest breath of your life. Inhale for 10 counts, drawing your manifestation deep into your cellular memory. Hold for 10, feeling these new pathways become your brain's new default. Exhale for 10, releasing any resistance. Inhale your new reality, 10 counts. Hold your transformation, 10 counts. Exhale into your new life, 10 counts. Take a moment. Notice how different you feel. That's not your imagination, that's actual neuroplasticity. You've just created new neural superhighways that support your manifestations. Section 4. The science decoded. Let me explain exactly what just happened in your brain. During the activation breath, you triggered your hypothalamus to release a cocktail of neuroplasticity chemicals, BDNF, norepinephrine, and acetylcholine. These are your brain's renovation crew, ready to build new neural connections. The pathway creation breath activated your prefrontal cortex while simultaneously engaging your limbic system. This dual activation is crucial. You're literally thinking your new reality while feeling it emotionally. Neuroscientist Dr. Joe Dispenza calls this elevated emotion combined with clear intention, and it's the formula for rapid neuroplasticity. Your integration breath induced theta brainwaves, the same frequency your brain uses during REM sleep when it consolidates memories and forms lasting neural connections. You essentially gave your brain a fast track to permanent change. The manifestation lock-in breath activated your entire nervous system while flooding your brain with gamma waves, the highest frequency associated with moments of insight and breakthrough. Real-world example. Olympic athletes use similar breathing protocols to literally rewire their brains for peak performance. Each breath pattern targeted specific neurotransmitter systems. The rhythmic breathing increased GABA production, calming your analytical mind. The intentional visualization spiked dopamine levels, reinforcing the new pathways. The extended exhales boosted serotonin, creating a neurochemical environment where new connections can form rapidly. Your amygdala, the brain's fear center, was simultaneously calmed by the controlled breathing, while your hippocampus, responsible for memory formation, was activated by the visualization. This dual state is what neuroscientists call the learning zone, where transformation happens fastest.
I think the amount of times that you have to hold your breath, the amount of heartbeats that you have per minute, I think numbers play a vital role in this, and I believe that your body is a system and you need to replenish this system, and you need to find ways in which to make this system stronger. And I do believe this, and I hope it helps you the same way that it helped me.
This woman was on a cruise when she found some pretty creepy decor images on the boat. Images of young individuals with their eyes closed and mouth open. There were several versions of this throughout the hallways. In what world would a professional cruise line think this is good art to welcome anyone on board? So obviously it got people thinking, because it also almost looks like the children are screaming. It's really unnerving. And by this woman's reaction, she also felt very uneasy and scared. Guys, let me know if you want me to do some investigating on this cruise line. Let me know in the comments below. I'll do it.
That's just creepy. That's just creepy. Why any professional cruise line would choose to have that as continuous art throughout the ship? I don't understand that, to be honest. People say it's a symbol for the Holy Communion. I can't remember the explanation to it, but something to do with having your eyes closed with trust and then open your mouth with obedience or something. Whatever it is, yeah, that's not the impression that it gives off. I don't like it. Get rid of it. What was she laughing at though?
My artist of my life is Beyonce, and this album for me. We f***ing adore you. You are our light.
Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
He actually saved Taylor Swift here. If you know, you know.
Thank you to Beyonce. Thank you to...
No, that was hard for her to say.
Not have to say thank you to Beyonce, just that way we keep the guest community safe. Someone had to.
And the Grammy goes to... You can read it.
Harry Styles.
Ooh. Ooh.
Thank you, Beyonce.
It's like a humble pie for Beyonce.
The
Uber.
fact that Beyonce made a country record changed the game. So thank you.
Beyonce.
Well, we all know, well, we all don't know. Beyonce, you can't talk about Beyonce. You can't say anything bad about her. She's created her own plot armor. Anyone says anything bad about Beyonce, I don't want to say too many stories, but it is what it. But this is the end of the video. I appreciate all if you're still here. Please remember to sub up, leave a like, hit the website. If you do know the website, www.hoodiestores.com. I will put that in the description below anyway. But other than that, take care, God bless, and I'll see you soon.